Don't get me wrong. It's hard work. It's long days. It's all kinds of weather. But when you work under the open sky, you come into contact with something bigger than yourself. It's not a job. It's a life. If it's your life, we back you all the way.
I'm Richard Winters. We live right outside of Weatherford, Texas, and I'm a horse trainer, train reined cow horses. A big part of our business is doing horsemanship clinics and seminars all around the country. If my horses aren't sound, I'm dead in the water. When I lead them out of the stall, if they're not feeling good, nothing's going to go good. A sound horse is everything. Joint health is paramount and key for the performance horses that we ride, and that's why I choose Lubricant.
Boots, the standard of the West since 1879. Well, we're wrapping things up this afternoon on Western Sports Roundup from here at the Wrangler Doghouse at Resorts World. What a fun place.
It is a fun place. I'm telling you, you need to come check this out. You can watch the rodeo every night. Matt West has a live viewing party right in here this morning. The cast of the Cowboys is joining us. You can meet those guys and get a couple autographs. We'll talk more about that a little later on. But remember, each and every night, the first 3 nights this weekend and the last 3 nights next weekend, our friends Tyson and Shea Durfee, of course, Tyson, a former world champion in the tie-down rope, and they're hosting the watch party back home at our Cowboy Channel studios in Fort Worth. Here's what they have to say as far as looking forward to night number 2.
Well, hey there, it's Shea and Tyson Durfee, and we are here in Fort Worth, Texas, but we wanted to give you our round 2 nightly picks. I'm going to start with the bareback riding. I have to say, Tim O'Connell, last night he didn't draw a great horse, but tonight I think he's going to go for the round win.
Yeah, in the steer wrestling, I got to go with Stetson Jorgensen. The guy looked rock solid, horse work great. He's going to win the round.
Yeah, team roping, that's an easy pick. Caleb, I think, and Junior, they're awesome ropers. Second last night, I think they want that buckle tonight.
I think they do for sure. In the saddle bronc riding, I'm going to go with Stetson Wright. The guy looked electric. I thought he got cheated a couple of rounds. He's going to come back and ready to win in this round.
Okay. Tie down, babe, that's all you
Oh, yeah, tie down. Shad, the money, Mayfield, all day long. He's roping sharp. He's ready to win.
Bow racing, I have to say, Donna Kay, I think that horse has had 1 run in the Thomas and Mack this year, and I think it's coming back for the round win.
In the bull riding, I got to go with Josh Frost. Super consistent, super solid. He's going to win the round tonight. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be awesome. Well, back to you.
Thank you to Tyson and Shea hosting the watch party in the studios back home in Fort Worth. Not only the first 3 nights this weekend, but the last 3 nights next weekend, rounds 8, 9, and 10. Lots going on here in Las Vegas, too. It's not just the National Finals Rodeo.
Yeah, it really is. There are so many other events along with the National Finals Rodeo. Junior World Finals underway, and that is taking place throughout the course of the week. Today, senior and novice bareback riding, rookie and junior saddle bronc riding. Same thing tomorrow. They're getting into the pole bending, the bareback riding, saddle bronc riding, I should say, bareback riding and bull riding on Monday. That's all happening over where the Cowboy Channel Cowboy Christmas is taking place at the Convention Center.
Yeah, at the Convention Center, it sure is gets an opportunity for these young folks to get highlighted at the Junior World Finals. And, of course, here on the Cowboy Channel, we're bringing you 10 hours of broadcast television each and every day of the Wrangler NFR. It's all brought to you by Mahindra. Steve and I kicking it off every morning all the way through the day to round out the evening at the buckle presentation with Joe Beaver and Flint Rasmussen every night.
There it is. It's all brought to you by Mahindra, and we hope you will join us for night number 2 tonight of the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. Every event is going to have its own special level of intrigue. Can Casey Field do it again? How will Stetson Wright do on a bull that's already bucked him off once? There are a lot of storylines we're going to be keeping an eye on. Taylor Sheridan will be joining Jeff and Butch during the bareback riding tonight on the telecast of the NFR. For Ty McClary, I'm Steve Kenyon and our entire team. God bless everybody. Thanks for joining us. This is Western Sports Roundup.
When you put a Mahindra Roxor in drive, you can count on staying nose to the plowstone. You'll be hay bale balling and heavy hauling, staying at it long after the cows come home. So, all day long, you stay strong.
following is a special presentation of the Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association and the Cowboy Channel.
So what do you say right now? We say hello and howdy, greatest rodeo fans known to the planet. It's time to get the show on the road.
Yeah, he's having to work at it. He's having to work at it. Whoa. He's got it. What a run. Start us off.
Oh, this is pretty. Look at this.
As the NFR kicks off, 120 contestants all still believe this could be their year. They're all smiling. The goal is to make it last. Keep the dream alive for 9 more nights. And who knows, maybe, just maybe, it's your time.
Well, it looks like it's official. The transformation is complete. Las Vegas, the marriage capital of the world, the entertainment capital of the world, has become the cowboy capital of the world. Move over, big city. Las Vegas has gone country. Howdy, everybody. I'm Justin McKee, along with the legend himself, 26-time the world champion, Trevor Brazil. And welcome back to the set and welcome to round 2. And that means we got round 1 right here behind us.
Yeah, there was a lot of bugs to get out. There was a lot of disappointment for a lot of guys last night, but the guys with the big lead seemed to protect it. You know, there wasn't any big fallouts, but the close races didn't disappoint either, because they're going to be nail biters.
You know, every time I think about disappointment, I think about Tyler Wagosback as just one example. Last year, he had a little uh-oh in that first round, but then he came back and won the world championship. So when the money's this big, nobody's out of it after that first round.
No, it didn't, and he did a little bit of the exact opposite as he did last year, and I look for him to rebound just the same this week, too.
There's a lot to look forward to. We talk about the big money. There is proof in what we're talking about. Las Vegas continues to up the ante here in professional rodeo, and this is no small potatoes. As you can see, the payoff right there just for the goal rounds are huge, over $74,000 if you can win the aggregate right there, and that is at the end of the 10 rounds, whoever is the best. Let's talk about some team roping. No surprise in the team roping in terms of Driggers and Nogata, who had the most dominant season in the regular season history.
And it's really hard. It sounds crazy, but it's hard coming in with the lead like this because they're like, I can't mess up. I can't do this. But when you see guys with leads like that are that comfortable, the guys at the top making runs that they're so comfortable with, it doesn't look good for the field. You can take that great average, great round payoff. Nothing can save these guys if Driggers keeps doing this and Junior keeps cleaning it up just like always.
They made it look easy last night. They were third in the round, 4.7. They added $17,000 to their already monster lead. Now they lead the field by $110,000. That's pretty impressive still.
Yeah, and that's a little disheartening to the rest of the field. I mean, this other storyline is Buddy Hawkins. He moved up to second in the world. The bad news is he's 110,000 behind. But there has been some shakeups down the line a little bit, but it wasn't with first place.
Not for first place, and not for the veterans. 6 world championships between this next team, and Clay Tryon and Jade Corkill. They're knocking them down early on here as well.
And the same thing, you got a veteran like Clay, and then Jade Corkill is probably the coolest healer in the game. Nothing shakes him, nothing. I mean, it doesn't matter what happens. It is nice heading for guys like that it doesn't have to be perfect. They can clean it up, and nothing phases that guy.
And Andrew Ward and Buddy Hawkins, they were solid trying to defend the title. They won it here on 10 hit. They won the aggregate here last year, and they started off pretty good.
They did, and like I say, they won enough to move Buddy up to second place. Went over the hips, kind of had to bobble his dally a little bit. That happens. He just roped great.
Junior Dees and Levi Lord, they won the round. Look at the big jump. Junior Dees moves all the way up to number 4. Congratulations to that South Dakota team. Yeah. They are staying alive. Here's a look at your top 15, and there's still a lot of good guys, even down towards the bottom 5.
And that's the thing with the team rope, but nothing surprises you. Junior Dees came from there all the way to 6th. It was a flawless run, and that's awesome when you get that down the first night.
All right, the money just starting to stack up here in terms of what the potential is. And now let's talk about some tie-down roping. Last night, Caleb Smith wanted to prove that there's more people than Joe Beaver that can make it his house.
And he's doing a good job of it. That's what I told him. I said, there was just no flaws. Pockets did his job flawlessly and made it to where he put a Rapanahui in the first round of a national finals where he has a really good chance. And it's just taking those, knowing when to take those chances. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just throw a Rapanahui on. But this horse kind of stung him a little bit, and just this calf was ready for a Rapanahui. He knew when he placed him that the cross was good enough that he could get away with it right here. And every little time you gamble and win like that, you just get more confidence.
He was, though, looking for a whisper from the crowd just in case, so that calf didn't wiggle.
You never put a Rapanahui on for that much money and don't whisper a little bit.
He won $29,000, and he cut Shad Mayfield's lead to only $25,000, so a huge jump for Caleb Smith. Kit Kane Hendry coming into his first National Finals rodeo after just missing the top 15 last year, scores big in round one.
So happy to see Kincaid do that. I mean, arguably one of the smoothest runs of the night. He won second, but to be first roper and to come out and do that on your first NFR, first roper, that's a tough scenario, and he made a great run. That's got to feel good because he knows he can just build on it. If there was a little bit closer to the barrier, a little of this, a little of that, he can make those adjustments tonight, but it's once you get that ball rolling that you can really do it good. And Shad Mayfield, I mean, I thought he did great.
Speaking of Shad Mayfield, let's take a look at the world standings. He still has that lead right there. I mentioned that Caleb Schmidt moved into that lead a little bit. As you can see, Caleb has jumped all the way up to number 2 after just the first round, putting some heat on Shad Mayfield. But Shad Mayfield, we couldn't really have a pre-show here without talking about Shad Mayfield. Matter of fact, we're going to talk about and show you the run from last night. Here is a guy who broke the regular season record coming in here this year.
And this just shows experience now. Now he's got a few of these under his belt. This calf did not want to cooperate. His horse did great. He did great. That's one of the things that you just have to learn. If it's out of your control, you cannot worry about it because you got 9 more rounds and they can all be great. He was flawless right there. You just have to forget that run and go on.
Yeah, the good news is that the world number 2 behind Shad Mayfield, John Dowch, took a no time, and then 3 of the top 6 places last night came out of the bottom 5 of the top 15, so not a lot of moving other than Caleb Schmidt really towards Shad Mayfield's number 1 position.
That's a big negative, though, when Caleb Schmidt moves into second right behind you. You know, and it's definitely attainable, too.
No doubt about it. As we talk about some team roping, before we move on to some other events, I want to mention the only real disappointment or something that was a big surprise was Clay Smith. He's been one of the biggest stories of the season with Jake Long that go down with a no time.
Yeah, this guy is as good a header that's come along in the last 10 years. I mean, it's remarkable what he can do. There's no weakness to his game. And this is because of his injury this year, he's coming in an unknown spot. He was a little bit behind, and the average wasn't his main concern. He was really getting after the rounds, and when you go for the rounds like that, you make those little bobbles.
Okay, well, stick around. You know, as we talk about some great stories, last year, Josh Frost was one of those stories, and he rode 7 out of 10 here in the bull riding and won $235,000 to win that aggregate. Finishes number 2 for the World Championship, and this year, though, he's got his sights on something even bigger.
Rodeo Stories, presented by Pivot Bio.
Injuries kind of held you back from qualifying for the NFR early in your career.
Man, we rolled into the 2020 season riding good and said I think I was top 5 in the world, going to Fort Worth and get off bad bull steps right on my stomach and stuck in the hospital for 2 weeks. I have to cut out my spleen, part of my pancreas, and when the doctor told me he was going to cut into my stomach, I was already pale, but I was about ready to get up and run out of that hospital. It was really scary.
Let's go to the NFR last year. Kind of walk us through those 10 rounds.
You know, it was start off the NFR last year, come out first night and get bucked off. Worst case scenario, I'd put so much effort in wanting to just get that first bull road to get the chip off my shoulder. You know, you buck off during the regular season. Who cares? I got another one tomorrow, but you buck off at the NFR and all of a sudden it just seems like it weighs more on you. And they bucked me off at 7.9 on the 4th round, and then after that it was just started knocking them down. I had probably the hand-picked bull for me in the pen if I could pick one top shelf of Powder River Rodeo and get him rode for 92.5, win the 10th round, and come out winning the average. So
last year You came into the NFR $120,000 behind world number one.
I know if I go in there and do my job, it's still very realistic to win the world.
It's very realistic in 2022. I mean, it's not 120,000, it's more like 100,000 you're behind, and that's small potatoes compared to what you can get done in Vegas in 10 days.
At the end of the day, it's going to come down to who rides the most bulls and who can show up and do their job. I can't control what Stetson's going to do. He's probably going to come out and be lights out, and that's what I'm planning on, but I hope he rides the best that he can, and I'm going to go in there and kick his butt to the planet. So.
To see more stories like these, visit GetRodeoReady.com.
If this is your conference room, and this is your office chair, and your workday isn't bound by four walls, well, I'd say you're doing something right. We make gear for people who have always known the advantages of working remotely.
Best ever saddle pads. The name speaks for itself.
We are Outlaw.
Hello, I'm John Bruner from Durham Trader Ranch out of Weatherford, Texas. I am a proud Outlaw dealer.
I'm Chad Mayfield, and I'm proud to be an Outlaw.
I'm Larry D. Guy, and I'm an Outlaw.
I'm Josie Connor, and I'm proud to be an Outlaw.
Irrefutable, top of the pack when you look at conversion companies.
Here's to the early risers, to another day where nothing comes easy and everything is earned. Anyone can put in a hard day's work, but to do it day in and day out, that takes sacrifice. So here's to the makers and the masters of craft, the backbone of industry for a country of free men and women. Hats off to you, hardworking Americans.
All across America, hardworking farm and ranch families grow the food that feeds us and form the backbone of countless communities. As a proud American company, we're here to say thanks with Polaris Ag Advantage, an exclusive program to support America's farmers and ranchers in recognition for all you do. Learn more at polarisagadvantage.com.
From the Cowboy Channel bar at the Thomas and Mack, it is the pre-show getting you set up for a big round two here tonight in Las Vegas. Wrangler National Finals Rodeo, and I've got to opportunity to add to our expert panel. Joe Beaver joins us here, 8-time world champion. Let's talk about some steer wrestling. First of all, those steers were strong leaving those pursuits last night and getting down the pin.
If you watched it all last night, that was a big set of steers, but that was a fast set of steers. And when you put that together, you can have a chaotic mess in the Thomas and Mack. I thought last night the horse flesh really stuck out, Trevor. They could have left them hanging last night, but the horses showed up.
You know, there were some guys that missed the barrier a little bit, and there were some hazers that had some trouble, but there was a lot of opportunity to really see what those horses were made out of, because it takes a lot to kind of keep going when you know you're running into the fence and you're running out of arena, and those horses can help you and hurt you, and that's why they were here. It was easy to see last night.
the main thing, too, most of the horses have already been here. They know the chutes are big and yellow, and they just kept running last night. I was quite impressed with the bulldogging horses.
Let's get to a Wisconsin man who has not been here in 4 years, and he barely qualified in the number 15 spot. Nick Guy throws one down first off.
It didn't look like he hadn't been here in 4 years last night.
And the first guy, Trevor, I mean, he just backed in there like he said last night, though. He said, I got on the horse I wanted to ride with the hazer to make it good, and I felt comfortable. But the world leader said, guess what, guys? I'm not through.
You know, that's what's so impressive. I was watching this rodeo right there on the dirt last night, and to see how big, how fast these were, and how these guys were just making them kick out just like Stetson just did. And this is a perfect example of a great horse right here.
It is. You know, he kept running. Casper could have left Tyler. He could have doofed him right there. But he's hanging. But you know what Wags told me? He said, my dad, when I was young, bought $500 practice horses, and they cut you off. They ducked off. He said, that was nothing new right there. I've run that steer 1,000,000 times in a practice field.
When you have a freeze frame like that, you never get rid of a horse like that you can trust like that.
That's right. $27,000 lead over Wags. Stetson Jorgensen added $17,000 to his number one position last night. And Tyler Wagensback, he stays alive. And look at the jump Nick Guy took.
It's a big difference what 28,000 can do. And, you know, that's not nothing right now. But later on in the week, that could be the run that makes the difference right there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. The horses seemed a little jittery last night. They were just a little more anxious than they usually are here.
Well, that could have been the rider on top of them, you know.
A lot of that's a byproduct of the energy on top of it.
On round one.
They might have felt that come through those jeans from that round one because, you know, you've been here 1,000,000 times, and me too. That first round, if you don't have a little bit of blood in your taste and ready, a little nervous, then you need to find something else.
And I saw it in the team roping as well as the bulldogging and the tie-down roping. The anticipation will sometimes make you longer on your reaction because you'll start and then have to pull.
There was 2 or 3 guys that left before with the nod, had to pull, bad starts, bad runs. They'll get it all settled tonight. It'll be fast.
Looking forward to listening to you the rest of the night. Thank you for joining us here for this short stay. In the meantime, we've got to continue talking about a story you started just a moment ago. You were down there on the dirt for a very special tribute.
Yeah, what an honor, man. This was quite a surprise when they called me and told me they were going to do this, but that's a feeling that I've never had, and I've been fortunate enough to.
That's a feeling nobody's ever had.
Yeah,
that's the first right there.
It was an amazing honor, like I said, and you can talk about Hall of Fames, you can talk about a lot of stuff, but that can't be duplicated.
Well, you were the first one to be hung from the rafters, or I should say your banner.
Don't
but an immortal addition to the decor here in Thomas and Mack, and we're going to add another one to that list. There's going to be 3 total here this week, and the legend herself, Charmaine James, tonight is your night, and your banner will join Trevor's, and we're looking forward to that, and I know you are as well.
It's awesome.
Well, what a tribute. You're going to be here forever now.
Well, when I saw your back number go up last night, it was just surreal, right? It was awesome. It was amazing watching it.
That's what I said. There was when we had this luncheon first, yesterday, and we got to all get to know each other a little better even than I thought we already did. And then we've came a long ways from 2 feedlot kids. We both grew up on feedlots.
We decided the feedlot made us a lot tougher. Yeah. That's probably why we were in there.
But, I mean, can you think of a career that's done more? You take guys like myself. I mean, we may have inspired people to be a tie-down roper, team roper. There's so many things. But there's nobody that grew up in this industry, in the Western way of life, as a little girl that didn't dream of being Charmaine James. Right. And it's time that was immortalized up in those rafters.
Yeah, your legacy lives on, that's for sure. And what's it feel like to come back to Thomas and Mack? How long has it been?
Well, I'm pretty much here every single year, but it's always great to see Thomas and Mack and come back to Las Vegas, and how much Las Vegas does for rodeo, and I feel like Scamper should be up there under my name too. It was, he's part of it, but it's cool.
We can't have you up here without talking about the bridle malfunction, the most memorable run in rodeo history.
That run is probably the most popular. Any school that I go to, anywhere I go, they're like, tell us about that run. Everybody wants to know about it. And I'm just glad that we didn't end up out on Las Vegas Strip.
Well, I mean, when you're talking about the greatest horses of all times, I mean, nobody can argue with his record, but you show them that run, that's just a mic drop. I mean, what else do you want?
You know what? But it gave people, they're like, it was all the horse. And it was all the horse, right? It was all the horse. But But I think we were just a perfect team.
When did you know it happened?
Oh, immediately. When I took
Okay.
off in the alleyway, I knew it was off, and I was just, okay, just act like nothing's wrong. Act like we have done this every single night.
It was all the horse till she showed up on a horse named Cruiser.
Exactly, and won some more world titles.
That's
Yeah,
right.
no doubt about
just
it.
add some icing on the cake with that, just to tell them that tell everybody that she could, you know.
Yeah.
We've seen some amazing combinations over the years, and a lot of your records are already going down, but it seems like Charmaine's is sticking around, and I don't know if anybody will ever break them.
Yeah, no, it's my records are always under attack right now. With
Well, your
these
money
guys.
records,
No,
I should
no,
say,
all
not your
these
gold
records,
buckle.
all these records.
No.
But like I said, Charmaine's, we can say what we want, but that's one I really believe there's not going to be another banner hung up there that has that kind of lasting
and
legacy.
Scamper, there will never be another Scamper Iron
Right.
Horse, right? I mean, you couldn't replicate the situation again coming out of the feedlot. You couldn't replicate any of that again, and we're hoping to get the movie made about Scamper and Iron Horse.
Iron Horse right here. Thank you so much. We're glad you could join us. We've got to get back to some business.
Okay.
Looking forward to you being honored here
Yes.
tonight
Thank you,
and
thank
forever here in Thomas and Mack. All right, let's take a look at what we have coming up right now, and that is going to be an opportunity to visit with Butch Knowles. So we're going to take a break, and we'll see Butch in just a little bit. Thank you so much, Charmaine James. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Hey guys, Tyler Wagasback. Had a little mishap last night, missed a barrier tick, got wide, a little crazy run, but got him thrown down, so kept it in that average hunt. We got a pretty good chance tonight. I got a steer that I know a little bit about, so hopefully we get a great start and finish off with a good run.
This is not laptop country. That's not to say technology doesn't have its place, even here. At Ariat, we make boots and workwear with an eye to how technology can improve your day, and a mindset that whatever is good today can be made better tomorrow. You work hard. We're right there with you.
You won't find any rodeo stars here. No roaring crowds, no prize money. Just hard-working people tackling tough jobs with their Mahindra. Folks who may never take home the gold buckle, but they get to work their own land with steel. And that feeling is tough to beat. Mahindra.
The perfect ammunition begins with the perfect case. Precisely designed, exceptionally engineered, ingeniously manufactured. Add powder loads measured to the 100th of a grain, and the result is an incredible single-digit standard deviation. Brass is history. This is the future. True velocity. Ammunition made perfect.
He rises to the occasion.
Birdie has always been the warhorse.
Honestly, it's grit and determination.
No matter the setup.
She's never let me down.
And when the chips are down, he's always.
This horse is competitive. He always puts me in position to win.
For the Heisman?
For Birdie.
For Turbo.
I choose
Professional's Choice.
My friend and I here want to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year. So be sure to tune in Monday, January 2nd for the 134th Rose Parade. Our first appearance in the Rose Parade was such a great success that we're doing it again in 2023. Then, stay tuned for the premiere of Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom Protecting the Wild directly after the parade. It's an adventure you won't want to miss.
A real cowboy isn't something you can just aspire to be. You gotta be born into it. Modern day ranching is a changing business. Behind this enterprise is a lifestyle that's secured by the God we serve and the lands we steward. In all the change, few traditions remain that are handed down from generations. These are the rituals that keep us connected, and this is a legacy that can only be found in the land. We live it every day.
Welcome to the Cowboy Channel pre-show here at the Thomas & Mack. I'm Amy Wilson. We are getting ready for round 2 of the NFR, and I'm joined by a couple of gorgeous saddle bronc rider wives. I have Lily Hay, the wife of Dawson Hay, and Haley Holman, the wife of Lefty. You two look phenomenal, and you always do. So, Lily, I will start with you. You just had a baby in October, and you look amazing, but tell me all about your outfit tonight.
Oh, thank you. First of all, yes, we just had little Honey Hay. She just turned 6 weeks old yesterday. We're so lucky to be here with her. But I was nervous as a new mom, like what I would be able to wear, what I wouldn't be able to wear. So Rodeo Quincy got me all week long. Of course, Quincy comes out with the best stuff. I'm head to toe Rodeo Quincy tonight. She has so many fun pieces, you know, whether you want to be casual or dressed up. It's the NFR, so you got to go for that fun Vegas bling flair, and that's definitely what I went for tonight.
I love it, and I love all the details from your bag to your earrings and even your nails that I saw earlier. Tell me all about your look.
Well, when you marry into this family, roses is a big deal, and it means a lot to everybody, and the Rodeo Quincy and everything we have going on here, so we do love it. We stick to our guns and bring out our roses, but we do love it. The fashion is so fun. It is about the guys and about the husbands, and we don't want to take away from them, but it is fun coming to Vegas and bringing out all the fun outfits and things to wear, so we love it.
A big congratulations to you and Lefty. You just got married a few weeks ago, and I love the pearls that are draped on your shoulders. Very similar to your wedding dress, aren't they?
Yes, I love the pearl look. It's just a classic, timeless look always. I loved it on my wedding day, and probably will see a lot more about it from me, for sure.
It's your go-to look.
I love it, yes.
How much fun is it to get dressed up every night, but even more fun to cheer for your guys?
So fun. The clothes and the fashion is super fun. I think for the women, like Haley said, it's more about our boys, but the fun outfits, they really don't hurt. It gives us something, you know, to do and look forward to every night. I love seeing everyone's looks, even your looks, Amy, everyone on the Cowboy Channel, you look beautiful every night. So I think the fashion at NFR has become like something everybody looks forward to.
I agree with you completely. How important is it for both of you to keep supporting your husbands and staying positive no matter what happens when you're here in Vegas?
It is a whirlwind, I will say, even for Lefty, coming from Texas his first year till now, it's been a big transition. Yesterday, I couldn't even eat all day just because I feel like when you're with them and that's your husband, how they feel is also how you feel, and you're so tied together, and his dreams are your dreams too, and when they win, you feel like it's a group win, so it's an awesome thing for him to be here. We're so proud of him, and there's so many ups and downs just round by round, and we just try to do our best to take care of them and do all we can to support them.
Thank you both so much. You look amazing. It's so much fun to see your looks every night. Haley Holman, Lily Hay, and they will be cheering loud for their husbands tonight.
Thank you, Amy. And Butch Knowles joins us here on the pre-show. Let's get to some rough stock talk right here. Stetson Wright, the story of the year. He's here in the saddle bronc riding and the bull riding. No money last night. Did he draw just on the soft end of the field last night?
Yeah, I thought so, Justin. You know, in the saddle bronc riding, it was such a tough go-around, and there's such a fine line between first and sixth, and if you're just outside of it. I thought Stetson rode outstanding.
He looked good.
Yeah. And I thought the horse was good. I watched it again a couple times today, and you know, he didn't place, but the thing is, he rode so good, his saddle looked good, confidence-wise, he's in a good spot. It's not going to hurt him not getting a check out of the bronc riding last night.
All right, let's talk about some bareback riding. We are back to the same theme that we have had the last couple of years. That is Casey Field and Jess Pope.
Wow, is that not just a head-to-head deal between those two guys right there? You know, and I'm so impressed with young Jess Pope. You know, he's won 2 average titles. He's always been in contention for winning the world title, but this guy's always in his way. Casey Field, my gosh, what a ride last night. You know, Casey didn't go to that many rodeos this year. We talked about it. He's really healthy right now. And Jess Pope, this is his ride last night. It was outstanding, too. You know, stepped up there, had to make this kind of a ride, stayed ahead of the horse. Really nice horses last night. These guys, they should ride this well on these type. But right there at the end when he came around real flat, that was impressive.
Now, this was the semi-eliminator pin, and here's the #1 man in the world, like Stetson Wright. It was a good start, just didn't get the money.
I thought Cole Reiner made an outstanding ride. This horse did a lot of different things in 8 seconds. You know, he wasn't supposed to get a check, really, but Cole walks back. He's a little disappointed, but he can't be disappointed the way he rode.
And take a look at the world standings as Jess Pope is going to leapfrog Cole Reiner, and Casey Field is within dollars of Cole Reiner in the #2 spot.
Yeah, they're right there. What are they, $22,000 now behind Jess Pope, and we're going in to go around #2. They're not even paying attention to any of this. You and I are, but they're not. It's going to be a battle for 9 more nights.
Let's talk about the matchup. Jess Pope, the world #1 right now, is going up against Pete Carr's Wilson Sanchez.
Well, I like this matchup. Now, tonight is the semi-eliminators that you mentioned, and so there's going to be some horses in there that are pretty tough. But they have 1 go-arounds on Wilson Sanchez. This is an older horse. He's been here for quite a few times. Average score right there is 40, but he's pretty user-friendly. You can see right here, this is him from a year ago. Tilden Hooper made a great ride, won the go-around on him. So, Jess Pope, I think, feels very solid about his chances tonight.
The guys have been talking for a while that Orrin Larson, who has full baggage, is another great matchup.
No, it is. There's some real matchups in there tonight, no question. Full baggage, a former bucking horse of the year, So he is definitely one. If you're in this pen, he's one you want as well. But, when you're looking at the leaders and you're looking at guys like Jess Pope that are trying to get more room ahead of Casey Field and Cole Reiner, he's got a good draw to do it on tonight.
Yeah, full baggage is something to look for as we go now to saddle bronc riding. Sage Newman, what a regular season and what a way to start off his Wrangler National Finals.
Yeah, it was perfect, wasn't it? If you're Sage Newman, now he opened that lead up to about $100,000 on some really tough guys behind him. That's a huge lead. And this is Rubles from last night. Big rare out of there, and Sage did such a strong mark out. Sets that ride up just like that. That's what he did all year long to come here with such a big lead. You're wondering if the pressure was going to get to him. Round #1, it didn't appear to be too much problem.
Yeah, the Montana man is making things happen. He wants that world championship, but I don't know if he wants it any worse than Brody Cress wants that thing, too. He's won the aggregate here 3 times.
No, you're right. That's what makes this deal fun right here. I know that Sage has a big lead, but Brody Cress last night looked very good. You can see right here, same deal. He does just like Sage Newman. Great markouts, has great style, and he can ride rank horses. So, he's okay. $100,000, that's a pretty big lead. But it's only 3 go-arounds here at the National Finals Rodeo.
Love his rein management.
Isn't he classy?
Oh,
he's just one of the best ever.
Let's talk about Zeke Thurston. This guy's a 2-time world champion. He comes in here with an 87.5 after round 1 last night.
Yeah, Zeke, just coming off that big win at the Canadian Finals. So Zeke he's in a good spot. I think Zeke Thurston is having such a great year. He's got a lot of confidence. He looked great last night. I thought all the guys stepped up and really rode good, but this horse was pretty ranked right around this tight corner here. And Zeke, good finish right here coming into the buck and shoots. You can tell he's riding very confident.
It looks good right there. He moves up to #4 in the world standings. And speaking of the world standings right here, there you have Sage Newman with nearly, $90-some thousand over Stetson Wright, and Brody Cress is wanting to get more of it, and Zeke Thurston's moving on up the ladder.
Yeah, they all know it's just round #2 at the Wrangler NFR, so that's all just behind them. But go round 1, it was really important for Sage Newman. That was a huge, huge night for him. Now I'm sure he's confident.
Stetson Wright against Cancun Moon from Stace Smith. That's one of your picks tonight.
Well, this is one of the eliminator pins. Not the big one, but this is kind of the little one, if there is such a thing. Those horses are tough to ride. This is going to be a handful for Stetson, and he knows it. But, Cancun Moon, there's a good look at him right there. He looks so nice back there in the pen. But when he's in the arena, he's the real deal, and Stetson's going to have to bear down.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Made the stock market report on Pro Rodeo tonight on several occasions. A 47.5 is what they marked him here in Fort Worth. He's always given you the opportunity to be 90-plus points.
No, he is. But the thing about it, and everybody knows it, he is really, really strong. He's a lot of power. He's got good kick. He bucks through it. That's important. But you have to do things so fundamentally right to ride horses like that. It's going to be a test for Stetson.
All right, Butch, thank you very much. I know you've got a big show to get ready for and get up to.
I can't wait.
I know. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.
Me too. Thanks.
All right, let's talk about some bull riding right now. And joining me is Donnie Gay. And Donnie is down there at the buck and shoots, a smile on his face, and he's getting set for a great pen of bulls tonight. This is going to be a little scary. It's eliminator night in the bull riding, isn't it, Donnie?
Yes, it is. And the eliminators, they're not impossible to ride, but they're just not smooth. They don't fit anybody. These guys are going to have to really whip up their A game, and I'm hoping that they ride at least 4 out of the 16 tonight.
All right, Donnie, let's talk about last night before we move on to some of your favorite matchups. And last night, Tristan Hutchings, first time to the national finals, he gets the big 90.5 for the win.
Well, we cracked the 90-point barrier the first performance, and that's always a great thing. But Tristan Hutchings really made a good good ride. This bull turned back and bucked as hard as he could buck, and this kid didn't make a mistake one. It was a great, great effort. Good bull ride.
Well, congratulations. That's the way you want to start your very first one. Here comes the old cagey veteran in his mid-30s, originally from Pennsylvania, Jeff Askey. He goes 90 for second place on Stir Crazy from Brookman Rodeo for $23,000.
I like this bull ride as much as any of them, but I tell you, the get off and the damage, this hurts him a little bit. This bull comes around and steps on his left arm. It's his free arm right there, but his elbow swelled up, and it's making it tough on him.
Let's take a look at those world standings. As you can see, Stetson Wright, he is going to maintain that lead. He's going to get, he's going to get a qualified ride. No big money in the bull riding either, but I will say this, Jeff Askey has chipped away a little at Stetson's lead, now down to $92,000.
$92,000 is not a lot in this setup, because if you ride 8 out of 10 bulls, you're going to win a pile of money in the average. All of this is at stake, but these guys aren't looking at the average. They're looking at how many guys can ride the most bulls.
And you like Jeff Askey here tonight again as we go to this eliminator pin. This is going to be Toolbox from Sankey and Phenom Genetics.
Well, this bull is really a tough bull. Jeff just said, you know what, I've just seen some videos of him, but from looking at the pin, he's pretty happy with what he sees. Little spotted bull, doesn't look really bad in the chute, but you look at this bull's record, and it's pretty outstanding. There's not but a handful of guys ever made the whistle on this bull.
All right, Donnie, how many will they ride tonight in the eliminator pin?
Okay, so I'm going to be positive and say 5, but in reality, if we get 3, we'll be lucky.
All right, Donnie Gay, looking forward to hearing you tonight. Thank you very much for being on the Wrangler National Finals pre-show. All right, stick around. There's only one time that it's the first time when you're a Resistol Rookie of the Year to run in round 1 of the Wrangler National Finals.
I have been watching NFR my whole entire life.
Lights are going everywhere and everybody's screaming, and you really just feel the energy, and this is something people have been waiting all year for.
I love roping and love the sport of rodeo, and I wanted to be here. It's a dream come true and finally make it.
Welcome to the show. Grab your popcorn. Enjoy.
The best trailer hitch doesn't need to stay put. It's a hitch when you need it and a level bed when you don't. Proudly made in America from American steel. Because you use your truck for more than towing. The Turnover Ball by B&W.
You won't find any rodeo stars here. No roaring crowds, no prize money. Just hard-working people tackling tough jobs with their Mahindra. Folks who may never take home the gold buckle, but they get to work their own land with steel. And that feeling is tough to beat. Mahindra.
This Pro Box has enough seed to plant 125 acres of corn. Now, if you wanted to put 40 pounds of nitrogen on those acres, you'd need 1,200 gallons of anhydrous, or 1,500 gallons of UAN, or 5 tons of urea. What if you had the nitrogen you need already on seed? Pivot Bio is the first company to apply nitrogen on seed. The nitrogen you need, now on seed, from Pivot Bio.
RFD TV and the Cowboy Channel are starting to attract some great new major sponsors in support of our rural programming. One of these is Black Rifle Coffee, who is currently running a special introductory offer to test our viewership at this time. If you like great coffee and appreciate companies that hire veterans, please order some Black Rifle coffee through the link on the screen. Remember, be sure to use the code to get your 10% discount. Thank you for supporting our sponsors.
Welcome back to the Cowboy Channel Bar here at the Thomas and Mack, round number 2. We're getting real close to showtime. You're in the pre-show. We welcome you back here to the Mack. And as we talk about Las Vegas, you can just imagine the energy and the thrill of winning big all up and down that strip. And if you bundle all that winning energy together, I don't think it would touch what the Resistol Rookies of the Year experienced in their first run at their first Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. Here's more on how they felt and fared in round 1.
I have been watching NFR my whole entire life, and it's insane to actually be here.
After like I did the NFR, roping the dummy, stayed up all night, just always watched old tapes and loved roping and loved the sport of rodeo. And I wanted to be here. It's a dream come true and finally make it.
Stepping on the floor is a dream come true, and finally feeling the dirt that my dad and granddad and mom and grandmother was on, it was a big thing for me.
I didn't really treat it any differently. I just kind of winged it, you know. It's like it's 3 barrels in this big arena, or in this tiny arena actually, with a lot of people.
Lights are going everywhere and everybody's screaming, and the people are right behind you. You really just feel the energy, and you know, this is something people have been waiting all year for, not just the contestants, and you can really feel that people are really excited to be there.
If you're wondering if he's ready for the NFR, I think he's going to answer it.
Well, right when the calf roping started, I was not nervous at all. I was kind of thinking, I was like, I should be a little bit more nervous than this.
It's been more excitement than nerves. I've never been nervous. I wasn't even nervous today, really. I asked some of my buddies, are you nervous? And they're like, no, not really. I was me either. I mean, it's what we've been doing all year.
You just got to treat it like you're at home and treat it like it's just another calf, and don't make it too big.
I wanted my horse to go in there, see it, find it, feel it, and then get ready and prepare to come back in the other rounds. So tonight was all about making a business run, getting him some confidence, getting me some confidence, and so that's kind of, we played it smart tonight.
Thought to myself, this is what people live for right here, and I was just thankful to be there and stepped off and got the crowd going.
Do the best I can and give 110%, and at the end of the day, if that's not enough, then try again next year.
I want to be that pro racer, you know, in the NFR. I want to make a few appearances, you know. I want to eventually be known for the horses that come out of my program.
I was 5th out, so I was winning 3rd after I roped, so I thought I wasn't going to place, and then ended up winning 4th, 10 more guys after me, so I felt real good to place the first night. First calf, first check, so that's good.
I'm not thinking about next year. I'm thinking about right now and the next 9 rounds, and every round's another rodeo, and just go try to do my best and win every round. Try to. Welcome to the show, man. Welcome to the show. Grab your popcorn. Enjoy.
Welcome to the show. A lot of great personalities here and now, and we're looking forward to seeing them in the future. Well, right now it's time to get back to some serious business. Janie Johnson is downstairs with Dr. Tandy Freeman.
Yes, Dr. Tandy Freeman from Justin Sports Medicine bringing us our update. Dr. Tandy, last night Jeff Askey made a great ride, 90 points to be second, but the bull stepped on his free arm. What is his status tonight?
Well, it looked a lot worse than it really was. Nothing's broken. He's got a big bruise. It's his free arm. Shouldn't be anything that gets in the way for him tonight.
Glad to know that shouldn't affect him too much in his riding. I wanted to talk about 2 other guys, tight end roper Ty Harris as well as Tough Cooper. They came into the NFR with some injuries.
Yeah, they both got hurt at a roping event a couple of weeks prior to the NFR. Tough has a quadriceps injury, little strain of the quadriceps. He's doing okay. Ty tore ligaments in his right ankle. Wasn't the reason why he stumbled and fell last night, but he's hobbling on that thing.
Yeah, that could definitely affect him in competition throughout the 10 days. And as I looked in the Justin Sports Medicine room, it's only round 2, but it's already starting to get a little bit busy in there with the usual wear and tear, it seems like.
Yeah, well, mostly guys coming in injured that have been in there so far, but I'm sure we'll start to see some bareback riders and a few other guys showing up in the next few days.
Thank you, Dr. Tandy.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Justin?
All right, it's a very dangerous game we play as we are looking forward right now to the opportunity to share with you a great cause that's helped a lot of cowboys for a lot of years, and that's the Justin Cowboy Crisis Fund. If you'd like to make a donation to this great foundation that helps cowboys and cowgirls in need to pay some bills while they're injured, well, that's what it's all about. Let's take a look at our Mahindra tractor schedule right now. We're going to start at 9 o'clock out here in the morning, 12 o'clock on the East Coast with the morning edition of Western Sports Roundup. And we'll finish up with the buckle presentation down at South Point live right here on the Cowboy Channel. Well, that's the pre-show. Time to go to the big show right now here at the Thomas and Mack. See you later.
Telecast is copyrighted by the Cowboy Channel for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the NFR without the expressed written consent of the Cowboy Channel is strictly prohibited.
By American Hat Company and True Velocity.
We're going to serve up tonight. But you know, before we buck the first horse or kick this baby off, I'd like to share a thought with you. Aren't we blessed that we live in a country where we're all free to pray together, huh? How about joining me in a prayer right now? Father in heaven, we ask you to keep a watchful eye over our arena tonight as we all enjoy the sport we love. We would ask you to protect our participants, the cowboys, the cowgirls, our livestock, and all of our spectators as well as they head home tonight after the show. Also say thank you for so many things in life. A beautiful day in Nevada, our friends, our family, our health, our freedoms in America. We know that if we live our lives the way we're supposed to, there's a beautiful promise at the end of our last days. The promise of eternal life with you. And one more thing, Lord, please bring the fighting men and women of America home, safe, soon, and sound. We ask all this in the Lord's name. Amen.
Amen. Tonight, the lovely Justine Garzalazzo brings you our American flag. A nation born in freedom. The colors that never run, that never go quietly into the night. She stands as a beacon of hope for the entire world to follow. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you say we give Old Glory a big Las Vegas welcome? And to honor America and perform our national anthem, the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation is proud to welcome country music recording artist Glenn Templeton. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and
and the home of the brave.
Wow! Glenn Templeton.
Nicely done. You know, here at the National Finals Rodeo, we strive every year to bring you the very best entertainers in the Western world. Tonight's opening act is brought to you by Cowboy Revival. And as we salute and recognize all of the great people that come to us for the Wrangler NFR, how about a warm welcome to the 5-time Entertainer of the Year and country music superstar, Luke Bryan.
Hey, farm boy, keep dropping that plow, baling that hay, feeding them cows from the rooster crow to another long day is gone. Country on. Hey, big rig, keep clocking them miles, pulling that horn, making us smile, rolling that load down the road all night long. Country on. Hey, cowboy, keep slinging that rope, eating that dirt, wearing that gold, break a leg rodeo, but just don't break no bones. Country on. Hey, barkeep, how about another round? Keep the neon lit in this crazy town. Just pour a little more. Country on. Country on. Yeah. Country on. Hey, firemen, boys and girls in blue, we could sure use a lot more like you. You come running in anytime anything goes wrong. Country on. Hey, soldier, wherever you might be, hats off to keeping us free. All our thoughts and prayers till you get back home. Country on. Hey, hometown, keep throwing that ball, raising my side, hang a fish on the wall. They only stay a little so long. Love them up strong. Country on. I said, hey, hey, USA, we ain't seen our better days. Hell no. Hey, y'all, country on. Country on and on and on and on and on. Well, hey, Nashville, keep bending them strings, digging for gold, chasing them dreams. Keep on with your songs to the world singing along. Country on. I said, hey, hey, USA, we ain't seen our better days. Hell no. Hey, y'all, country on. Country on and on and on and on and on. Country on and on and on. Country on. Keep keeping it on and on and on and on and on. Country on and on and on. Country on.
Ladies and gentlemen, Luke Bryan.
Lost in the dark, I feel like a shadow of myself. Elevate me, take me higher. I don't want to be wasted. I've got nothing left to
Las Vegas, are you ready? Round one is goes in the history books, and if you missed it, you missed a good one. Check this out.
I don't know what you've been told, but time is running out. No need to take it slow. I'm stepping to you toe to toe. I should be scared, honey, maybe so, but I ain't worried about it right now. Keeping dreams alive, 1999 heroes. I ain't worried about it right now. Swimming in the floods, dancing on the clouds below. I ain't worried about it. I don't know what you've been told, but time is running out, so spend it like it's gold. I'm living like I'm not zeros. Got no regrets even when I'm broke. I ain't worried about it right now. Keeping dreams alive, 1999 heroes. I ain't worried about it right now. Swimming in the floods, dancing on the clouds below. I ain't worried about it.
Oh, I'll tell you what, last night kicked off performance number one with one of the best performances we've ever had, and we've got the same thing coming up for you tonight as well. But you know, as we move throughout our performance tonight, we don't talk about our sponsors a whole lot here at the Wrangler NFR, but one thing I'd like to remind our fans, because myself, Roger Mooney, Randy Corley announcing this year, we do this all year long. We want to remind you that every time you see a flag, a banner, or one of our signage around the arena, it's up to you, our fans, to support the people that keep rodeo alive and well in the United States of America. It's up to you. So when you have a choice where to shop, who to do business with, or what products to buy, keep in mind all of the people that keep rodeo alive and well. This year, we have paid out in 2022 over $50 million in professional rodeo. That is about as awesome as you can get.
With over $15 million in payoff here this week, and combined efforts from the Visitors Authority and Las Vegas events, over $426 million, along with these sponsors, Wayne. We have the best of man, muscle, a stampede of horsepower. It is whip-cracking rodeo action with the best cowboys, cowgirls, and rodeo livestock on the planet.
I'll tell you what, we are getting set for our grand entry, and if you've never seen it before, get your cameras out, because this is one of the most exciting.
Well, there's a look inside the Thomas and Mack Center. Round number 2 of the National Finals Rodeo. Some issues with the stage. We'll get back to that opening ceremony in just a moment. Joined by Taylor Sheridan, the writer, creator, director of Yellowstone, and so much more. And, man, I'm telling you, Taylor, you kind of jumped into that cowboy world. Now you're immersed. Everybody just kind of sucked you in. Everybody's after your time, and, man, you've helped elevate the game here.
Well, it's been a lot of fun. That was the goal all along, was to sit here and tell stories about this way of life from our point of view, and it seems to have given a big shot in the arm, the industry, and it's running with it. Now Cowboy's cool again. Not that it was ever uncool, but now the world knows it.
Oh, it's a great time to have a cowboy hat on right now. Man, since the last time you were up here with us, let's see, you've had 1823, 1923 is about to come out, multiple seasons of Yellowstone, and you bought a ranch out there in West Texas.
Yeah, a little piece of dirt out there at Guthrie.
Yeah, the 4 6s, and you're elevating that brand too. That's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of responsibility. A lot of people look to that brand and what it represents. It's 153 years in the making. And, when Miss Marion passed, it ended up on the market. It was going to get chopped up. I wasn't going to let that happen. So, now my son's got to go work for a living. Any hopes of being a trust fund kid are out the window.
And I think what a lot of people don't realize is, in your spare time, man, you're riding cutting horses and reining horses and rein cow horses, and you live the lifestyle. You're the real deal.
I think everyone that works in the Western industry, whether you're a rancher, you're a rodeo cowboy, you're whatever you do, you're doing what you love, so you're never working.
Brand new series coming out, 1923, and tomorrow, right? That's the.
It's going to premiere here in Las Vegas tomorrow. Yeah.
I'm going to see if I can get the night off. I may skip round 3 and go take it in.
Easy. That's the eliminator round.
Yeah, it is.
You go to the premiere. I'll stay here.
All right, sounds good. But I mean, Helen Mirren, Harrison Ford. Wow, what a cast in this one.
Yeah, it's another peak at another era in the 1920s in Montana when cattle ranching was now established, and at that point in the country right after World War I, it was really threatened. So there's a lot of similarities. They'd just gone through a Spanish flu at that time. We just went through whatever the heck you want to call what we went through. And so there's a lot of similarities, and I like to try and find those that people can connect to and look at and go, hey, that's kind of what it's like right now, and here's how they overcame it, and maybe I'll try the same.
Yeah, it was nice before we came on air, Taylor was telling us about the rest of the episodes on Yellowstone and how it's all going to play out. So you and I now know.
But I was lying.
So I noticed the security